Hey, it's Duck here. We're running a community ARK server, and I thought I should show why we're running this community ARK server. The biggest reason is so that you can play solo. How many times have you played ARK and thought, I can't finish the whole game unless I join a mega tribe? Well, that's the whole point of our community server. Here you can see, taking a single Ytterannus down, because we do have higher damage rates and you do take less damage, but it makes it so it doesn't have to be a multiplayer experience. It can, but it doesn't have to be. And you can work through the story of ARK on your own time. So here, I have finished defeating the Megapithecus, the Broodmother, and the dragon. And I'm working my way down towards the Overseer, because we have to finish this out. We have to have a conclusion to this. And the reason this video shows everything is to give you, the viewer, an idea of what to expect. Also to show that it is possible to complete this as a single player. Now, as I mentioned, you can see we're dealing far more damage than we're taking. There's an order of magnitude higher damage dealt, and also an order of magnitude lower damage taken. So you can work through here with just a single dino. We have a few mods on, such as the stacking mod. And that allows us to carry more meat, carry more healing items. Helps to not have your dinosaur become so over encumbered so quickly. Even such, they do become over encumbered. The other advantage that we have is our tamed dinos per level. They gain so much more in the way of specs, such as speed, weight carrying capability, damage dealt, HP, all of that. This is all done to be very favorable and just have a fun community experience. Now, the other thing which I don't believe you'll see in this video is the fact that we have stargates scattered throughout the island. So you're able to commute from one area to another to be able to get resources quite quickly. And the main goal of this was to have a server that just is not grindy. It's playing on a game that's super grindy. It can sap the fun out of the game. Sure, the difficulty's there, but when it's a game as large as ARK, it can just be too much. Recently, we did slow down the flyers. We do use the classic flyers mod, but the flyers that we had were a little OP. When it comes to a question of whether you take a Stargate or you take a flyer, and you decide, I'm just going to fly the Pteranodon because I can fly across the island in under 2 minutes, the flyer might be a little bit on the fast side. One of the things I'm doing here, the reason I'm actually doing this solo, is so that I can get certain achievements. For instance, the Explorer Notes achievement, where you have 100% of the Explorer Notes. I have most of them, but there's a few that hide in a space that you wouldn't expect. There's 4 dossiers in particular that are kind of difficult to get. You have to fulfill certain situations or certain requirements in order to actually get them and have them. It's not impossible. You just need to know that you need to fulfill those certain requirements in order to get them. And it's not very clear on any wikis or anything like that. Now, I've talked a fair bit about how wonderful this server is and how fun it is to be on it. If you're interested in joining the server, check out our Discord. I'll have a link for that in the video description. You can check that out down below. We're a growing community of gamers, enjoying time playing together, sometimes apart. But either way, it's a place you can go to ask questions, to get support. Also, any sales that are available on games, any games that are perhaps free for a limited time, they always get mentioned there. Okay, so now I've passed through this spiraling ramp going downwards past the lava area. You go through a force field. I know you have much more alien looking structure. All along here, there's not much to do except just transit. This is a good time. If you are playing on a server with less favorable rates, this is a good area to be healing your dinos, clearing inventory. For instance, I did some of that right there. Just checking a few things with my weapon. You can see the amount of meat and loot and fur and everything that I've had to empty out of my Ytterannus. You can also see the massive health pool that this animal has, just because of how much you can level these creatures up. So, as the overlay said, just taking a little bit of time, clearing inventory out, and healing him up. Because fighting the Overseer is a little bit more difficult than just battling your way down there through all those dinos. Alright, so after the 1 minute, you do get teleported into the Overseer arena. Now, you're not immediately in the arena where you fight. And scattered along the side here is a lot of information about the lore of ARK. It's definitely worth going and taking a look at it. There's also explorer notes from Helena Walker, from Mayan Lee, and I believe there may be one down here from Nerva. The ones along the side are fairly obvious to get to. So here we're passing across a bridge where the airdrops are being directed downwards. Off to the left here, just before the door, there's a Helena note number 30. This is the arena. So now the Overseer has arrived. So I've hopped off, whistled aggressive on the Ytterannus. He will now just attack whatever. Alright, here we go. Bits of element pour into the Overseer. Note the Overseer shaped very much like that implant, the specimen implant that's on your arm. The one that you see every time you wake up. And there goes Yakov Smirnov, my Ytterannus. And you get these rolling defense units, very much like the droidekas from Star Wars. And they do seem to kamikaze into your creatures. And it's worthwhile to have an assault rifle with a fair bit of damage that it can do. This is I believe it's a 400% assault rifle with a holoscope on it. Now these aerial attack drones, they're just more annoying than anything else. They don't really take a lot to take down. If you got any kind of decent rifle, you'll take them down. Alright, so the Ytterannus, you can see the amount of damage it has done, and it's taken out the Overseer. That was in the form of the Megapithecus. Now this element all across the floor, you can pick it up, but you can't take it with you. Even if you put this element into your dinosaur, it will be disintegrated. It will just disappear when you respawn back on land. Alright. So my Ytterannus is doing his job. I'm just trying to keep him safe. Although I think he's doing more to keep me safe. There we go. Now the Overseer has taken on the form of the Broodmother. Crawling its way towards me. I've whistled at the Tyrannus. You see the red arrow that dropped down? I whistled at him to attack the Broodmother. And there she goes. Now we get the pure Overseer form. This is the only time in this form that the Overseer is vulnerable. Now it seems like even if you go in as teams, only one of you is going to receive the hologram. And the hologram I talk about is the one that you get for defeating the Overseer. And it actually counts as one of the dossiers that you need to get 100% of the Explorer notes. Alright, here we go. Take that last little bit out. Alright, finally the form of the dragon. The dragon has been taken out. Can we do damage yet? Nope, no damage done yet. When it's in that form and shielded, you cannot seem to damage it. Nope. And here I got a little bit complacent, was going to check a few things, and I got zapped and stunned and couldn't move. Alright, now that the Overseer's been defeated, I'm double checking that I got the dossiers. Empty everything into the dinosaur very quickly, especially if you have gear you do not want to lose. The first time doing this, we lost much good gear, far too much. Then, as usual for the boss battles, you unmount your dinosaur. That way you don't risk the issues of glitching when you teleport. And there you go. That's the Overseer battle. Now we fly above all of the different arcs, and we can see that there are many arcs floating up above this particular world. Something's happening with my specimen implant. Look at the arcs just dotted all throughout this world. So back to the ground we go. Alright, thank you for enjoying this video. If you appreciate it, show it. Until next time.